Studs. Studs.
All right, welcome everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show, and we're live at 97.1 Free FM. Tim Conway Jr. and Brian David Whitman, man.
Wow, look at this crowd. We are live at Knott Scary Farm.
Wow. We are here until 11 o'clock tonight, so come on down to Knott's Scary Farm for the Halloween haunt. And it is great because, you know what they do is they open the park during the day.
Yep.
You know, for kids and families, little tiny ones, like 2, 3-month-old babies wandering around.
Little Sophia's.
Then little girl couldn't come because this is like really like an adult, not an adult, but kids like maybe 12 plus.
Right. The cool thing about Knott Scary Farm, which is really cool, is that it's actually scary. It's not like some hokey, cheesy kind of haunted house deal. It's actually really scary.
That's exactly right. And here to talk about it is Jeff. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right, man. The spokesperson for Knott's Scary Farm. How long have you been with Knott's?
13 years.
Yeah, you enjoy that, huh?
Lucky years.
Yeah, I have you talk right now.
Yeah, I love working here. It's fantastic.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, another clean-cut guy who works here. No eye rings, no tattoos. No big beards.
It's all on the inside, sir, right in the brain.
I like that. As a matter of fact, this is the way I'd like to control my family. You get a tattoo, you're out.
I agree.
My daughter gets one tattoo. I have a friend who has a considerable amount of money, well north of $100 million.
Oh, wow.
Right? And he has 2 kids. And he said to his kids, the first one that gets the tattoo, the other one gets all the money.
Nice. Now, I'm just kidding because my wife is actually covered in tattoos.
Yeah, so is mine. My wife has like
absolutely
3 or 4 herself. All right, so tell us what's happening here with Knott Scary Farm. Do they call it Knott Scary Farm or the Halloween Haunt or both?
It's Knott Scary Farm's Halloween Haunt.
Oh, all right.
This is year 35. This is the biggest year we've ever done. Yes, 35.
Right?
That's right.
Holy smokes.
We're middle-aged.
Anyway, so I was saying they open it during the day for families. At night, it's 10 plus, 12 plus. What do you think?
We say 13 and up because it's really scary.
And
if you come here expecting a hayride and apple cider and a guy in a scarecrow costume, you're in the wrong place.
But what's nice about it is when they close it down during the day, they'll close it down for a half hour, an hour,
half hour, sometimes 20 minutes,
and then they'll reopen it. So the people who get here early around opening time, which is
6:30, 6:45.
It's like having the park to yourself for like the first hour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get here. You can get here right when we open. Do a pre-scare dinner where they serve you dinner right in Ghost Town with the monsters, and they'll let you in 20 minutes early. You can hit 4 or 5 things if you bide your time right.
Right.
Hit all the heavy-duty ones, get scared, and have a nervous breakdown by 8:30.
And that's only $1,100 a person, right?
No, it's much cheaper than that.
Well, we just had a great time before the show. We had about 15 minutes before the show. So I said to Gina, our producer and our phone screener, I said, have you ever been on the accelerator? She said, I don't even know what the accelerator is. I said, perfect.
Yes.
Just come with me. And we went over there, and we had a great time. We met Matthew, the shift leader over at the accelerator, and a nicer guy you'd never want to meet. You have such nice people who work here.
Well, thank you.
And we jumped on the accelerator, first car.
Oh, nice.
First car. And
do you still have your eyebrows?
Well, I have mine. Here's Gina Grad to describe her experience on the accelerator.
It's the only roller coaster I've ever been on where going up was scarier than going down.
What does it go, like 0 to 90 or
0 to 75 or 80 in about 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
It goes from 0 to nothing. It's fantastic. Straight up, straight down.
That's pretty good. But did it scare the hell out of you there, Gina?
Totally scared the hell out of me, and I'm so ready to go again. I want to go right now.
I know. She was screaming the whole time, sitting next to me, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, are these screams that mean she love it, or are these screams that mean she's scared to death? And then the ride ends, and the first thing she says, Tim, is, I want to go again. I want to go again. It was like sitting with a 12-year-old.
Yeah, we got to get the picture of her and post it on the website. I think the staff here is too cheap to buy it, so I think they took a picture of the picture.
But we've made a deal. We're going to go again, right? I mean, Jeff, it's going to happen again.
Sure, I'll take you on it.
All right, excellent.
Did you get that face rippling where you it looks like Spies Like Us, where your eyeballs are in the back of your head?
Yes, I glanced over at Gina and did see that, actually.
Hey, Jeff, how many more people do you hire for the Halloween haunt?
We hire about 1,000 monsters.
Is that right?
1,000 monsters roaming the streets, all the mazes.
And you have to audition for that, is that correct?
You have to audition. You have to be scary. If you're not scary, we send you over to Six Flags or Universal.
And now, what's the recidivism? Like, if you have somebody who's going to scare somebody, do they come back next year? You hire the same guys and gals year after year?
We have a rehire event in late August where we send out the cards to all the fantastic, greatest monsters, invite them back to come to get the parts that they want, and they camp out sometimes 2 to 3 days in advance outside the gate to get a job.
Really?
They camp out to get a job.
Because they love it.
Because they love it, because they are sealed in their basements for the other 11 months of the year. They get thawed out to do this event.
I'm glad I'm above camping out for 3 days for a job. All right. A lot of the guys here walking around, like that guy's not even in costume.
No.
Is he an employee, Jeff, or what is his deal?
I certainly hope so.
Now, can you wear a costume, or they frown on that?
They don't want you to wear a costume when you come here. No,
less.
Dump that, sure.
That's what makes
You
it.
can't use that term.
What makes it less hokey,
There you go.
and what makes it less kind of silly, is that nobody's in costume. Only the bad guys are in costume, and all of the young people and middle-aged people who are going to get scared are just in civilian clothes.
Right.
I mean, you guys really do it up every year.
What we always say is that this is the closest you're ever going to come to actually being in a horror film.
Right.
The mazes that you go through are incredibly detailed, and one that we got this year is even from a movie. So you're the star of the movie, of the horror movie, and you're experiencing the story as it unfolds right in front of you.
Is there anybody who applies for a job that's just too gross?
Absolutely not. We'll take them all.
I wonder what it's like, though. You apply for the job, you sit out there and wait for 3 days, you audition for it, and then you get the call, didn't work out for you.
We've had a couple of those.
I wonder if immense depression sets in.
It might. Those are the people that they're a little dangerous for their own good, so we don't hire those people.
I saw a sign a couple of years ago, driving when I used to live in Seal Beach, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, driving, and I saw a pumpkin patch, and it says, now accepting applications. I'm thinking to myself, who's turned down from that job? I mean, who applies to work at a pumpkin patch, and they go, it's not enough. Not enough criminal past for you.
It's not going to work out.
Your criminal record's too short to work here.
Yes, we fear that you might not smash the pumpkins, so we're going to look for somebody else.
All right, Jeff, thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you.
Jeff Tucker, right?
Yeah, Jeff Tucker, come down to Halloween Haunt.
Yes, come on down to Halloween Haunt. It is the great Halloween Haunt at Knott's Scary Farm.
And you stay close because we're getting back on that accelerator. I don't know when, but we're going to do it because, Tim, as I've proven before at various events like this, I'm not afraid to double up on these rides. I'm not afraid.
I know.
I'm not afraid to triple up on these rides.
I understand you, dude. You're a trendsetter, like a daredevil. But have you eaten yet?
Have not eaten yet, but I've been eyeing the hamburgers and the fries and the pizza and the milkshakes.
No milkshakes today, I don't think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, have to go elsewhere, huh?
No
All right.
milkshakes?
All right, folks, we have Gina Grad with us, also Jerry Wachowski as well. So if you want to meet the whole crew, come on down to Knott's Scary Farm. It's still early. I believe they're open till 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is that right, 1 o'clock?
They're open late, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Jerry Wachowski's busy taking pictures and pointing at the camera like he's,
Yeah, Jerry Wachowski over here.
Hulk Hogan or
What
something.
time are they open till, Wachowski? We find out then? All right. Here he is.
So they're open till 1.
1 o'clock, okay.
Yeah.
All right, somebody actually went and bought the cat food can that we had up on eBay. And maybe we'll talk to that lady later on this evening. She lives in Huntington Beach.
And what did she ultimately pay?
It was like $27. Randy, how much was it? How much?
$32.
$32?
$32.
I just called her. We'll talk to her probably in the next hour.
All right, but is there really $32 worth of value there?
Well, it's got all our autographs.
Yeah. All right.
I think so, too, because, I think if you have that Fancy Feast can totally emptied because the contents were consumed by our very own Jerry Wachowski, you have that somewhere in your house, and as I said to you the other night, Tim, it's a real conversation starter. I mean, you have it prominently displayed, maybe on a pedestal, a crystal pedestal of some sort. Somebody's going to say, hey, what is that, an empty cat food can?
Yeah, and the housekeeper's going to throw it away.
No. You tell her. You say to her, Maria, do not throw away the cat food can. This stays here.
Yeah, then your house gets loaded up with the rest of the cat food cans. All right, a dumb buy, but somebody bought it anyway, so what can I do?
It's a piece of radio history.
Well, I think that's a little big.
Yeah, let's not overstate it.
Yeah, it's crap is what it is. But you know what? With radio stations, if you say, the third caller is going to get a piece of dog feces, you'll get 3 callers. I mean, that's just the way radio operates.
That is. There is a segment of the radio listening audience, Tim, that has proven time and time again that they just want something for free, and it doesn't matter what it is, they will take it.
All right. Now, Brian Whitman got you. You can talk about your brand new car, right?
Sure, I'll talk about it.
You don't mind talking about that, do you?
No, I'd be happy to talk about my car.
All right. Because I got a question for people out there. Brian Whitman went from not an average car, but a little bit above average to an amazing car.
Well, thank you very much. I had, when I first started here, I was leasing two vehicles. I was leasing my truck,
right,
and I was leasing an E-Class Mercedes-Benz.
Right.
The Mercedes lease came up, and the truck lease is up in just a couple of months. And I said, you know what? It's time to go to Mercedes-Benz of Encino. I understand they're proud sponsors here at 97.1.
Is that right?
Shouldn't I be doing the commercials for them?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, attention sales department. I just leased a car from Mercedes-Benz of Encino. Shouldn't I be doing their spots?
Yeah.
Let's close that deal and get some live spots for Whitman. So I go in there and I see the best sales guy there, Sam Carana. He really is the nicest guy in the world. He treats me so nicely every single time, Tim.
All right. I didn't want to turn this into a 20-minute plug for the dealership.
Buddy,
you want to talk about the car.
You mentioned Donnie Marino a few times. I'm going to mention Sam a couple of times. And he took good care of me, and I am thrilled with the car, and I'm happy to be back in a car. You know, I told you on the air a couple of weeks ago, buddy, I wanted out of the SUV. I'm now back in a car, and I feel real good about that.
Okay, it's Don Marino. It's not Sam Marino.
What did I say?
Sam Marino.
Well, that's his daughter.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking of his beautiful daughter.
All right. But what I want to know is from guys who had like an average car, then they stepped it up to, and what does that car retail for if you were to buy it?
Well, keep in mind I didn't buy the car.
I know you're leasing it, but if you bought it, what would it be?
Right. I couldn't afford to buy it, but the sticker price on it is like, like $96,000.
$96,000.
Are you serious?
Yes. Right, but I'm not buying it. I don't have that.
Probably more than your parents paid for their house.
Actually, yes, but again, I don't have that kind of money. I'm not buying it. I'm just leasing it.
Okay, a $96,000. Let's say $100, because you have the tax and license and everything. All right. Brian Whitman has a $100,000 car, just an average guy tooling around. And when you step up and you get yourself a $100,000 car, how does that affect the chicks in your life?
How should be getting laid?
Is it overnight where you go from like a GMC, like a Yukon or whatever you're driving, to a $100,000 car, and then the chicks just flock to you? Or is that really overblown?
I think it's overblown because I've been driving the car for a couple of days now, and there's been no flocking.
No contact?
No, there's been no contact. And you know what I think all that matters? I think women really, and I want to speak to the women in the audience, Tim, the chicks, the hot chicks listening. I think what matters most to them is the guy sitting behind the wheel. The wheel itself, I think, matters, but it's not a deal breaker. And just because, look, I'm bald and fat.
I'm kind of a masculine man, Tim.
I might be sitting behind the wheel of a, $95,000 vehicle that I lease, I didn't purchase.
Right.
But I don't think that's going to instantly get me laid. Tim.
Yeah, but isn't that why you did it, though?
Well, that's one of the reasons, yes, but I also...
isn't that why, like when you become a rock star, you become a rock star for the women? You don't care about the music, generally.
Right. I also enjoy what I love is, and you know why I said Sam Marino before instead of Donnie?
Right.
Because my sales guy at Mercedes-Benz of Encino, his name is Sam.
I see.
My favorite part of the whole deal was when he showed me the radio. Here's how the radio works. You sit there, and you hit a button on the steering wheel.
Right.
And it goes, boop, and you say 97.1, and the radio goes to Free FM.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can hit the button again, boop, and you can say,
Star.
No, you don't say the name of the station. You say the frequency.
Oh, I see.
You can say, 102.7, and it goes to KISS.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's real cool. I like it.
For guys who no longer have the energy to turn that big radio dial,
Right. I mean, I'm exerting far less energy in the actual cockpit of the vehicle than I ever have before. I mean, which leads me to conclude the heart attack might happen in the car with all of the sedentary.
Just relaxing. Can you go? Beep? I'm having a heart attack. Please take me to Cedars.
No, but she does talk to you. And for example, it's voice-activated navigation, which a lot of guys' cars have that.
Sure.
If I want to find out where the nearest hospital is, hospital. and it will list
drive you there?
the nearest hospitals, and I can select one, number 1, and then it will take me to, St. Joe's in Burbank or something.
All right. Where do you think you're going to have it? Cedars or St. Joe's? Which side of the hill?
I actually think I'll have my heart attack in the valley, but not at a hospital. I think I'll have to be rushed to a hospital, unfortunately, and that'll be, of course, key time. I mean, that time in between the grabber at the house and how fast they can get me to the ER is going to be critical.
All right, here's a tip if you're about to have a heart attack. And again, we have a young audience, so it may not pertain to a lot of people listening, but I'll tell it to you anyway. When you think you're having a heart attack, the one thing that kills a lot of people is the panic. Don't panic. The panic is what kills 90% of the guys.
You just relax.
Relax. Get yourself on the phone. Get some paramedics over there with a lot of electrical equipment, and let them go to work on you.
Should you have, and we're not doctors, but I'd love to know, should you have water? Should you have a glass
I don't know. I think having a heart attack is the way to survive it, I think, is more than water.
Just sit still. Oh, and take an aspirin.
You got to really call somebody.
No, but isn't there like a Bayer? Don't you take Bayer?
Nah, you got to get some attention. All right, folks, if you've gone from an average car in Los Angeles or Southern California to a $100,000 car, you probably did it to get the chicks, and I'm not getting down on you for it. I mean, that's why guys get up in the morning. That's why guys go to work. That's why guys try to make money, is for the chicks.
And you know what I did?
If all the chicks, if none of them cared about money, we'd all be sitting under freeway overpasses with a cardboard box, a refrigerator, and ESPN.
You know what my fantasy is, Tim? I opened the back door of the Mercedes. There's a lot of room in the back seat. I really want to have sex in the car in the back.
Well,
I'm just telling you about my
I don't think you should include that in your Mercedes of Encino ad because it's a leased car.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'll put down some, plastic or a tarp or something. But there's a lot of room. When there's a lot of room in the back seat, it makes you crazy. I mean, you just look at that room and you go, my gosh, I just got to get back there. I got to get somebody in my life and just jump back there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, folks, here are the phone numbers. How in Southern California, where a lot of people have a lot of money, and a guy buys a $100,000 car or leases a $100,000 car, how effective is that with the chicks, all right? Because there's a lot of guys out there who want to make that move. They want to go from a $30,000 car to a $100,000 car, and they want to know how effective it is. Because if it's not, then you stay with the $30,000 car. If it is, you go with the $100,000 car.
Well, and by the way, here I might say this to you, Tim. If you're a stud already, if you're
doesn't matter.
Right, if you're a stud.
No, these are for unstudly guys.
Right. If you're like a stud and you're getting a lot of chicks and you're driving a $25,000, $30,000 car or a $20,000 vehicle or a Prius, it doesn't matter because you're a stud already and you're getting chicks.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're like me and you're fat and you're overweight and you want to kind of get a little more attention, then what you need to do is you need to step up in the car department.
Yeah.
And that is what I have done, Tim.
I have a friend, probably shouldn't give out his name. No, what the hell?
Yeah,
Matt McDaniel, who could get more chicks than if he drove a big wheel to work, he would get chicks. All right, here are the phone numbers, gang. 520-9710 and 888-520-9710. What is your experience going from a $20,000 to a $30,000 car up to a $100,000 car? Is it worth it? Do you get the chicks, or are you radically depressed and disappointed once you get the car that they're not knocking on those windows? 520-9710 and 888-520-9710. And also we could get calls from women, too. Are you impressed by a guy who has a $100,000 car? I think they are, and I'll tell you why. Because if a guy has enough money to spend, and they don't know whether it's leased or not, they just see the car, and they just assume you have the money to spend $100,000 on a car.
So I actually shouldn't say that I lease it.
No, you should say you bought it.
For cash.
Not only cash, but bills, not even a check. You walked in with $100,000 cash and bought that car.
Got it.
But I think that women will, if you're in a truck, you're in a $25,000 truck, they may look over, and then they may keep driving.
Well, my truck was worth a little more than $25,000, but
well, let's say it wasn't.
All right. Okay.
But if you're in a $100,000 car, maybe they'll look over.
Right.
Then they'll look back to the road. Then they'll look again.
Yeah.
And maybe that second look, they'll fall in love with you.
Well,
that's possible.
It is possible, Tim.
You have a lifelong, and then once you get the girl, take the car back.
But I want to point out.
Get a Honda.
Honest to God, I want to point this out.
Or a Subaru, right?
I want to point this out.
Subaru.
I did not lease.
Subarus are better.
My Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Encino because I'm trying to get chicks. Honest to God.
You are so full of crap because you told me that.
I leased the car because it is it handles better than any car I've ever been in, and it's like floating. It's like floating on the road. All of the gadgets, all of the voice-activated stuff. I just love the car. Sure, if I get chicks and it gets me laid. Well,
you told me in the parking lot that you said, hey, this is going to get me some decent tail.
I should be getting laid. Some of the things I say to you in the parking lot are not meant to be repeated at Knott's.
Oh, well, then don't deny it on the air. But, hey, listen, if you have that kind of money, and you deserve it, dude, you know?
Well, thank you.
You worked your ass off for 21 years in this business, didn't you?
Well, yes, 21 years. And by the way, honest to God, I talked to Bob Moore, our general manager, Mercedes-Benz of Encino. They're a client. Shouldn't I be doing the live spots?
I don't know.
Well, no, you've been in radio.
Yeah, I mean, you should be doing the live spots.
I'm a 3-time customer.
But then you bought the car too early. Maybe they would have given you a deal on it. Huh?
They did give me a deal.
I know, but they didn't give you a super deal, right?
I think I got a super deal from my buddy Sam.
All right, let's talk to Josh and Corona on line 2, and let's listen to what this man has to say. Josh, you're on 97.1 Free FM. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Not bad.
Second-time listener here. I'll listen to you guys twice. I got a big kick out of the think tank from you guys.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for coming back and sampling a second time.
Yeah, well, I just want to make a comment about the vehicles there. I don't really think it makes a difference what kind of car you drive. I drove a car, $400, and it had chick magnet spray painted on the back of it, and I still got more ass than a toilet seat.
All right, well, it probably with the suave sort of lingo and the nice classiness that you show on the radio is probably what getting you all those chicks, huh?
Yeah, that cool, suave, debonair demeanor.
All right, dude, get out of here.
All about the confidence, guys.
All right, buddy, you're a big stud.
Well,
all right,
but he raises a point that I raised to you earlier. I mean, believe me, there are guys on go-karts getting more tail than I am, and I'm driving around in a almost a $100,000 car.
Would that make you crazy if you're let's say you're at the corner of Santa Monica and Highland, all right? And there's a really hot chick in a convertible,
right?
Okay? And you're sitting there in your car, and you're in the number 1 lane. In the number 2 lane is a really hot chick in a convertible, and in the number 3 lane, closest to that Del Taco that is there's a guy in a moped, and the chick is looking at the guy in the moped and not you. Would that bother you?
Yeah, that would bother me. Absolutely, it would.
So we hope that doesn't happen.
We certainly hope that doesn't happen for the sake of the chick, because I'd roll my passenger side window down and I'd say, "Sweetheart, what the f is wrong with you? He's on a moped. I'm sitting here in a $100,000 vehicle. Why don't you get in the back seat and let's get to it here?"
Right. Would you go out and buy a moped after that?
I would get a Vespa. At this point, I'll try anything, Tim.
Okay. All right, gang, does the car really matter when it comes to getting chicks? And that is the principal reason why a lot of guys do buy the expensive cars. I know they handle very well and they're very safe vehicles, but ultimately you're looking to step it up in the chick department, and I don't blame you. Listen, anything you can do to get the advantage and the edge in this town, you got to do it.
And it's not wrong for me to have immediately checked out
either.
The back seat. I immediately checked out the back seat. I looked at that and I went, oh, man, because I'm not a small guy. I'm like a big dude. But I could.
Yeah, but you don't have tinted windows.
Yeah, but I don't care. I'll stop like late night at Laurel Canyon or something. Tim, I could get it done in that back seat. I'm telling you. And I'm a fatso.
Why don't you go to your home? You have a home.
Yeah, but there's something always, like I've done it a few times in my life.
Is there enough room for you and a fat chick?
Yeah, but I don't date fat chicks. But because I'm a fat guy and I feel like I deserve better. So you know what happens to me, Tim?
That is one of the cruel things that women have to hear all the time.
I know, and I'm sorry, sweetheart. Babies, little babies. I'm sorry, little babies.
Big babies.
Big babies,
Jesus
my
Christ.
big girls. But here's what happens. A few times in my life, I've been able to kind of get it going in the car, and I love to do that.
Was there anybody with you? All right, gang. 520-9710 and 888-520-9710. We're live at Knott Scary Farm Halloween Haunt, and we're also on 97.1 Free FM. There you go.
I should be getting laid. I should be getting laid.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live at 97.1 Free FM. Tonight is Wednesday, October 17th. We happen to be at Knott Scary Farm at the Halloween Haunt.
Oh, yeah.
Right outside of the ride Accelerator. So if you know where that is, you can't miss it.
I love the Accelerator. I went on it just before the show started.
Jesus Christ.
I want to say hi to...
Can't you wait till the commercial break to eat?
Jesus Christ.
The eating has started in full frenzy. I mean, I'm in a full-blown eating session.
What'd you get, a pizza, a burger, fries, and chicken wings?
Adam from the Street Squad came over. It's like they know me so well after 2.5 years. He said, Whitman, you want your pizza? And he's holding a pepperoni pizza.
You have pizza on your face right now, or you have something. What's on your face?
That's a little sauce from the hamburger, which I'm eating.
You know what you should do? You should eat until the stage collapses.
Well, that very well may happen. I want to thank Matthew, the shift leader over at the Accelerator.
The what leader?
The shift leader. He leads the shift.
S-H-I-F-T?
But I'm having a burger with fries and lettuce and pickle, and I'm having a Pepsi or a Coke, whatever that is.
Pepsi. I think it says Pepsi on it.
Right, but as we said the other night, you really never know.
Nah, you know. If it says Pepsi on it, it says Pepsi. All right, does the car matter here in Southern California? Let's talk to Lisa in Orange County on line 6. You're on 97.1 Free FM. How are you?
Hi, how are you guys?
Fantastic, baby.
All right. Well, my boyfriend went from a raggedy-ass Toyota truck to some Porsche 911 Turbo, I don't know. And all these girls want to ride now with him.
Oh, is that right? So it irritates you, huh?
Well, no, it doesn't bother me because I'm the one he's with, but oh my gosh, like women are like giving him the number to him, and he's not the most attractive guy. I mean, he's a sweetheart, but man, once he got that car, all the women were after him.
And what is it, a Porsche 911?
Yeah, like a GT3.
Oh, that's a really, really, really expensive car. Lisa, do you think I might experience similar results?
Well, what kind of Mercedes did you get?
An S-Class, 550.
Okay, yeah, because there's a 5 in it, because you don't want to go with a 3 guy, but a 5 guy, yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought after September 11th they would change the name of that car. I guess they didn't, huh?
Yeah, they.
It's like driving around the Ford Katrina.
Oh, the 911. Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't say 911 anywhere on the car. So yeah, you're right. Huh?
All right. It's like driving around the Chrysler Camaro Rouge.
Right.
Yeah.
I call the women Porsche whores.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to see it doesn't irritate you.
Have you been? Have you test driven GM's Pearl Harbor?
All right. Thanks for calling, Lisa.
Okay, bye.
She doesn't sound like she's thrilled with the guy driving around that car.
Well, no, but she's married to him. She shouldn't have.
No, that's her boyfriend.
Right, but that's her guy. She said that's her dude, so she's not
But
worried.
he's looking for somebody else.
He might be, or he just might have been looking for a really cool car like I was. I wasn't looking to get laid.
But if you're in a relationship and you buy an expensive car like that, you're still looking. That's the truth.
Well, that might be, but I was just looking to have a good time.
All right, let's talk to, how about Jose in East L.A.? Jose, you're on 97.1 Free FM on line 8. How are you?
Hey, what's up, homies?
Hey.
Yeah, you know what? I drove a bucket with 2 seats to the beach to work because I drive far from my house.
Right.
But on my weekend car, I have an Infiniti G35, and, man, I got to say, it's a big difference when girls look at you one way and the other,
Yeah, it's a beautiful car, that Infiniti.
Yeah, what do you drive during the week?
Huh? Ford Taurus.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. No, that's and so why don't you drive that during the week though, and also get the chicks during the week?
No, because I drive about 40 miles from my job. I ain't gonna waste my car like that.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, all right. Thanks for calling. I still think the guy should, if you get an expensive car, you should drive it.
Right. I mean, that's just it.
Wrong with people.
See what you can get. See if it's. See if it's got that. Now, what's going to happen, Tim? Let me ask you a hypothetical, then we'll get back to more of these phone calls. I'm going to be stopped at a red light in my new car, my shiny, black, beautiful Mercedes-Benz. And what'll happen? Like a chick will roll down her window and say, hey, what's up, or something? It'll be that obvious?
I don't know how that happens. I think she makes eye contact with you. You make eye contact with her. Then you roll your window down. She rolls her window down. And you say, what's your name? And then she sprays you with mace.
Oh. Oh, that'll be an experience unlike any I've ever had.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk to Michelle in Los Angeles on line 5. You're on 97.1 Free FM. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
All right, ma'am.
When I heard this topic, my first impression is midlife crisis and small member.
Well, I can tell you something, sweetheart.
Well, I can only speak on one of those.
And I'm not meaning to. I don't mean to come down.
Because I've been to the bathroom with him.
I've always had nice cars. I'm only 35, so I don't think it's a midlife crisis. And I don't have a small member. I don't have a huge member, but I have an average size.
We can, Michelle.
Well, no, I have to defend myself, Tim.
And it's not directed at you. It's just in general with men who drive.
Oh, I see. All right.
No, clearly. Oh, no. But that's just the first impression as, people cruising by.
Hey, baby, let me tell you something, sweetheart. You would love a 5-minute ride in my car. You would beg me for a 5-minute ride in my car, and you know what, honey? You ain't going to get it.
Wait a minute. She wasn't being that mean to you.
Yes,
she said
was.
No, she said in general, guys go through a midlife crisis, and they get these cars.
She was referring to me, and I'll repeat it.
I don't think she... Well, Michelle,
I wasn't referring to... Not at all.
Well, would you like a 5-minute ride in my car?
Only if you drove really fast.
I think you can guarantee that Whitman's fast.
Yeah, baby.
All right, thanks, baby. Monique, on line 4. You're on 97.1 Free FM.
Hi, I don't know all this talk about members, but I have to say that what is driving the car is so much more important than the car. Because you don't make love to the car. You make love to what's driving it.
Ah, all right. Where are you from originally?
France.
France. Oh,
oui.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Wow, look at that.
Right, but wouldn't it be nice to make love to what's driving it in the back seat of it?
It's more important because, honestly, it doesn't matter where you do it. I mean, you're going to do it, but it's like what's driving it is important, and I'm not very interested in fat men or bald men. I prefer, something attractive.
Then I'm out.
Wow. You gotta get that Yukon back. Huh?
I have another French fry and kind of marinate in that for a minute.
Oh boy! All right, Monique. Thanks for calling. Look at that. So I guess the lesson here is don't take the car to Europe.
I think that is the lesson. And also in Europe, the steering wheel's on the other side. I'd be all confused in Europe with the car anyway, so I don't have any plans to take it to Europe, Tim.
All right. We're going to take a break because Whitman has to eat. And
well, I don't have to eat, Tim. I mean, I can...
It sounds like you're actually eating on the show, and you have food on your face. Babu.
Tim, I'm having a French fry.
I know, we got food on your face. There's
sorry.
people here staring at you, and you
well,
look
then
like...
bring me a bib. Somebody bring me a bib.
Jesus Christ.
Look like Friar Tuck over here.
Right, then bring me a bib.
All right, 520-9710 and 888-520-9710. We live in Southern California. A lot of people have tons of money. Does it matter in Southern California what you drive? If you drive a $100,000 car, will that make a huge difference?
Is this better?
Not really.
I have a bib on.
Oh, Bubbo.
Work better?
All right. You may need 2 Mercedes. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live at 97.1 Free FM.
I'm kind of a masculine man, Tim.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live at 97.1 Free FM, sitting here at Knott Scary Farm's Halloween Haunt. And I believe this is the 8th or 9th year that we've been doing this.
Yeah, you do it every year. I've had the pleasure in the almost 3 years I've been with you to do it every year as well. I love it.
I've seen a lot of these kids grow up, They started as little monsters here, and now they're businessmen.
Well, you're really like America's oldest teenager. You're really like Dick Clark.
Right.
When you sit back, Tim, and survey a crowd and say, I've seen a lot of these kids grow up, you got some Art Link.
I feel like I'm 90.
Got some Art Linkletter in you.
All right, gang. Does the car in Southern California really make a difference when you go from a $30,000 car to a $100,000 car, like Brian Whitman sort of did? You went from like a 45 to 100, right?
45 to like 95.
All right. Well, with tax and license, you could, with an extra add-on, you could get over 100.
I'm not, but I could.
But somebody has bought that same car you're driving around and paid $100,000.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Because I haggled.
All right. But does it really make a difference here in Southern California with the chicks? Sarah in Orange County on line 2. You're on 97.1 Free FM.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
All right. How are you?
I am doing really good. It's actually the same for a woman. Like, I've been single for a long time. I'm very attractive. But when I drive around, it's like, it's a really good time to meet people. Like, when you're in rush hour traffic in the 405, and it's like you're driving around, you see a hot guy, it's like, what's up?
What do you drive?
Right now I drive a BMW Z4, but before I drove a bucket.
You drive a BMW what?
Z4.
Oh, B4, okay.
A Z4.
Z4, Z as in zebra, Z4.
Oh, Z4. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
I never took you guys to look at me until I got this car. So, now guys...
I understand that, but guys have a different perspective on that. If we see a really hot chick in a really expensive car, 100% of the time we assume some guy bought that for you.
Right, or is making the payments at the very least.
That's true.
Oh, my God. No, not even close.
Yeah, it's
well,
close.
I mean, I'm not saying in your case it's true. I'm just saying that when guys see really attractive women in an old beater, they know that she needs to step up. But when we see her in a very expensive car, we think that some guy bought that for her.
That's right.
But, that's really bad. It's just so sad. If anything, if I was a guy, I would think that was hot because it means that the girl actually she's not a smoocher. She's not trying to take my money.
No. See, that's exactly the opposite. We think you are.
See, hey, buddy.
Oh, my...
I mean, what do you do for a living?
I do real estate. I sell homes.
All right, so you make a pretty good living.
Yeah, see, when I see a chick, like on the freeway, if I see a chick in a bucket, like she described her former car, I think to myself, oh, here's a chick who needs, a taste of the...
of the good life.
Taste of the good life.
Oh, what? The good life? Oh, my God.
Not that I'm Thurston Howell III, but I think to myself, I could get her out of that car. I could get her into something decent.
Yeah, but when we see a hot chick in a really expensive car, 100% of the time we stop looking because we know there's like some wealthy dude around.
Well, okay.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Not the caller, just the statement. Oh, Bobo.
She dropped off.
Oh, shit. Okay.
She didn't drop off.
All right, let's talk to Steve in Culver City on line 1. Steve, you're on 97.1 Free FM.
I'm just letting Whitman know that he has to have the total package. I've seen old Asian grandmas drive this car.
Well, dude, I mean, I'm a little more attractive than an old Asian grandmother as a man. I mean, I'm not, the elephant man, for God's sake, Tim. Stand up for me a little bit here.
Right here. I mean, you gotta rim it up.
How attractive was the old Asian woman?
How attractive are normal Asian women?
Pretty hot.
Come on, Tim.
Old women?
Look, dude, I've been on the air.
I would rather be with an old. I'm just saying, I'd rather be with an old Asian woman than with you.
Thanks, dude. I've said on the air I'm overweight and I'm bald. But it doesn't mean that I'm hideous. I'm by no means. I don't think I'm hideous.
I would stop leading with that. All right, thanks, Steve.
Well, you put me in a position to make me feel like I have to say that. And I didn't get an expensive car so that I would suddenly be hot. I get I'm not hot. I understand I'm not hot.
Look at that.
Thank you,
Chicks
baby.
think you're hot.
Yeah, baby. I got the car because I like the car.
I know. Okay.
Right, baby? You want to ride? Yeah, baby.
Hey, Brian, I'm just telling you, dude, that whether you admit it or not, one of the reasons why you got the car is to get the chicks. And I don't know what percentage that plays in your mind, and I think that there's a bigger percentage of it than you're letting on and leading us to believe.
Fine. But you know what, Tim?
That's what I personally think.
Okay, but I don't know how it happens, and this is the problem. So this helps.
I'm not getting down on you for it. I'm just saying
I know that
that's the reason to do it.
But logistically, I'm in the new Mercedes. I'm driving down Ventura Boulevard.
Right.
I'm at a red light. There's a hot Asian chick or a Latina chick or a beautiful white woman next to me. What do I roll the window down and she notices my car, then she sees that I'm bald.
Are you eating at the time?
I'm probably eating. I mean, if we're going to be honest with each other, yeah, I'm probably eating some fast food or something. I mean, she
probably thinks you're in the textile business downtown.
Right. Thank you, Tim. She's going to speed away.
That's not true, dude. But, she's probably, I don't know how, listen, I've been out of the game for a long time. I don't know how it works. I don't know when you see somebody on the road, if you flash hey, pull over and we'll exchange numbers. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean,
what's your move though when a chick looks at you?
I don't know, but somebody better tell me what the move is because I got a really nice car. I'm ready to execute the move if I know what it is.
Right, but what is your move? Do you have one?
I don't think I have one. I mean, well, it would be.
So when a girl looks at you, just look at her.
No. I would say hey. I'd say hey, what's up?
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I'd say hey, what's up? And the light's red. And I'd say where you headed to, or I'd say where were you just now? No. I don't want to say where you headed to because then I sound like a stalker. What are you out shopping? Something like that.
Oh, I see. All right. What if they say, yeah, I just went to. I got pants at Macy's.
Oh, really? Yeah. I used to get pants there, but I can't anymore. I'm too fat.
Ooh, light screen. Gotta go.
Gotta run. Bye, sweetie.
Sorry. I'd like to talk to you all night about your pants. All right, folks, we are live here at Knott's Scary Farm. Come on out. It's the Halloween haunt. They're up until, I believe, 1 o'clock tonight. Is that right, 1 o'clock?
Yes.
We still have 4 hours to get on down here.
And we're going to do something very special with the Accelerator, my favorite ride here at Knott's. Gina Grad is going to join me once again. And I believe we're going to take the wireless microphones and and tape the mics to us. The Accelerator brings you from 0 to about 190 in like...
Right, in the 10th of a second.
Right.
All right, and then when we come back, Gina and Brian Whitman will be riding the Accelerator, and we'll be able to listen to that live on the air.
It's always so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
All right, it's Conway and Whitman live here at Knott's Scary Farm for the big Halloween haunt 2007. And we're on 97.1 Free FM.